Welcome back. We're getting a little bit peckish even, so it's time to get cracking on dinner.
Owen Sheehan, you're starting with dinner, but how?
Yeah, I'm going to make a salsa first. So it's a spicy sausage paella. There's going to be some heat in it. So I'm going to do two kind of side dishes, a dressing and the salsa to kind of bring down that heat and add some coolness and freshness to the dish.
Lovely.
So I have my cherry tomatoes, just halved and quartered here. I have one avocado. Then I'm just going to get my spoon in and around, pop it out of its skin. So make sure it's nice and fresh, and it should come out fairly handy like that.
Okay,
and
stones removed, so we're...
Yeah, just pop it in and pop them out, and we'll just chop them down, like so. And again, we're just going to, it's really kind of simple salsa. There's no blending, there's no mixing. It's just, you just chop it up fine and rough, pop it into a bowl and give it a mix around.
All right, okay.
Just yeah, exactly. Most of the stuff I cook here is like a very, as I said, a lazy man's way of cooking. So we have our bowl here.
Just music to my ears, my
Our
friend.
tomatoes.
Come on, it's Thursday. Nobody really wants to put in
Exactly,
an awful lot of prep,
it's the end of the week.
This is ideal.
And again, it looks fancy, it looks nice, and it's simple. It's kind of the story of my life. So I have some red onion that I'm going to finely dice down here. We don't need a whole pile. Red onion can be quite strong. It's not as sharp as white onion, and adds nice colour as well. So pop that into our bowl as best we can, like so. We have the juice of, we'll do half a lime. So again, this is our freshness and acidity. So we'll pop that in. And we'll do some coriander. So again, this is going to go on top of our paella in a while. This is just a side dish. We'll just knock that in.
And is this traditionally what's in salsas?
It depends. You wouldn't usually get avocado. Usually it's some sort of tomato. But the avocado is nice. It adds like a creaminess. And again, as colour. And it contrasts really well with the paella, because the paella is going to have bits of crispy chorizo, crispy sausage. The rice is going to absorb all the chicken stock, and then that creaminess of the avocado. It just sits really well. So give that a stir around. We'll do a small bit of white wine vinegar. Just a drop for acidity. We'll do a tiny bit of olive oil.
Okay.
In the bowl as well, like so. And again, we'll just knock that around.
Glug.
I thought there was a cap on that. There was not.
I was thinking they're good. That's not meant to be
mix
that
it around. They'll all sink to the bottom anyway. So again, that's our salsa done. Let that sit, let that relax. Again, you can cover that, put it in the fridge, and that's good to go for another day or two. Then for part 4, we'll make our paella, we'll fry it off, and we'll serve that up with the paella at the very end as well.
Looking forward to it, darling. Thank you so much. It's time to get cracking on dinner, and Owen Sheehan is on the case.
Okay, for those just coming in, what are you making?
So it's a spicy sausage paella. So first thing we're going to do, we've half the bottle going into our salad. We use the other half bottle into our pan. So again, realistically about a tablespoon. There's going to be some oil brought out. So we're using chorizo, which is a Spanish sausage, and there's some Irish pork sausages there as well.
Okay.
All right, so
we're using two flavours. One is going to be the kind of meat, the other is the spice and the heat, bringing it into it. So we'll get our oil on a nice high heat. Again, that sausage will have some oils in it, so I'm not too concerned about over-oiling the pan. We'll get that in, we'll ramp up that heat, and let that start to fry off.
From the chorizo?
Say again?
Is the spice coming from the chorizo?
Yeah, a lot of it will be coming from that, and we're going to hit that with some paprika as well. So you'll get more of a kind of smokiness and a depth of flavour from the chorizo. You won't get a very harsh chili spice. So we'll add to it. But again, it's a really nice one to have here, and it sits really well with rice. Rice is a great carb to use because it takes in all of those flavours. So you'll start to hear that sizzle straight away. We'll get a small bit of brown colour on this. So you'll start to see they're brown pretty fast. And again, like most dishes here, because it's like one pot wonders, we're not kind of cooking it immediately. We'll brown them initially, and then there's no need to fully cook them. They'll cook themselves as it cooks on, like a risotto or like anything else. Okay, so just start to brown them off. We'll go in with some of our veg. So I have some red onion and garlic and bell pepper. So simple as that. 2 cloves of garlic, one red onion and a bell pepper.
Okay.
Knock that in.
Any particular reason why you chose the yellow pepper above red, green?
No, the only one I had in the fridge.
That's good enough for us.
Literally it. When I was just picking the ingredients this morning, it's the only one I have. And again, there's no right or wrong with this. Like most of the recipes that we do here, whatever you have, use it. If you have mushrooms, if you have courgette, throw it in. They're just fillers, they add some colour, they add flavour, and they add volume. And it's veg, so it makes it that little bit healthier as well.
Okay.
So we'll season it now. We have a teaspoon of paprika. This is going to add our colour and spice and heat. I should have said, sorry, a tablespoon, 2 teaspoons, so a tablespoon. We'll do some salt and pepper, like so. And what we'll do is we'll do a glass of white wine. So it is like travel size bottle of wine. We'll knock that in and we'll just let that burn off. So again, there'll be no alcohol in it.
Travel size.
Travel size. It's like,
I was just wondering, what flight was he on to get that? And how long has that been in the fridge?
In my luggage, you have like the toothbrush, the toothpaste, and then the small bottle of wine in the bag. So knock that in, fry that off. We'll go with our rice in here as well. So the rice is raw, it's not cooked. Knock that in.
Oh.
Like so. And we'll just kind of char that, so we can turn it down a bit now. So that's a nice high heat. Knock it down to a medium. Stir our rice through. So we'll start to fry that a small bit. Just it's going to give a little bit of char to the rice. Obviously, it won't cook it fully, but it'll start to.
So do you have to add stock or water just to bring out
that's the last step here now. So it's like a risotto for all the world. It's a similar kind of process. Everything is in here now, as far as I know. I can't see anything else here. So we get our stock, knock that in. And that is going to be the cooking agent here. So it's usually twice the amount of stock to rice. So
and it all goes in at once. You don't just add as you go.
No. So with a risotto, you'll be adding it bit by bit. But with this, again, as I said, the best thing here is put it on, leave it alone, cover that in a simmer now. Come back in 20 minutes time, and voila, you should have something that looks
20 minutes
like this.
Whoa.
Less even, maybe 15, 20 minutes. Depends how much rice you're using.
Okay.
So again, double the quantity. 200 grams of rice with about 500 mils of stock.
Right.
Questions?
Okay. No, yeah, I'm just, every time someone does that, I'm doing the maths in my head and I'm like, how many people and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so you'll get probably 4 or 5 portions out of this.
And you're happy enough to walk away from it, covering it, and you're like,
I put it on the low heat, cover it, and it'll be fine. If it's on high heat, the rice could stick. Every now and then, come back, give it a check, taste it for some rice.
Have you ever ruined a frying pan?
Never in my life. Would you
Never
believe?
in your life?
No.
You are professional. I totally get that.
Now you know what you've jinxed them now.
Usually when I cook, I just fill it with water, leave it in the sink, and I come back and it's spotless.
Oh, it's magically done.
It's mad. It's unreal.
Where do you live when that happens?
Huh?
Where do you live when that happens?
That used to be at home. Yeah.
Was that at home?
It was at home. Yeah.
Would that happen in the house you live in now?
No, it's just out the window.
Oh.
Yeah. So as
sustainable cooking.
Yeah. As that's simmering down, so we're going to do a yogurt dressing just for over the top as well.
Okay.
So this will cut a lot of the heat in that dish. So I have just some natural yogurt, the juice of half a lime, and then some cucumber and coriander. So I'll try and get all this in. And again, that's just going to go over the top. This will be used in a lot of Indian dishes and any kind of hot, spicy rice dishes. So it just cools it down. So just get it all in. It's just a yogurt dressing. It just gives you a bit more volume too as well.
And you would use that dressing with a number of different dishes, as you said.
Absolutely,
if you were making it
that's gorgeous on itself. It's gorgeous with, you can do that with kebabs or any Indian dishes over the top. Yeah. It's really nice, like citrus.
Turkey burger with that on top.
Yeah, and it calms down the heat of the dish as well then.
Yeah.
So after about 15 minutes, all the rice will be fully absorbed. Again, there shouldn't be any stock left in this pan. If there is, give it more time. If the rice isn't cooked, add a little bit more stock and then leave it relax.
Yeah.
So again, it's the beauty of this dish. There's not really much cooking involved, which seems to be the theme of my dishes when I come on this show.
Okay. That's not true.
So,
my God.
We'll serve this up. We'll get a nice spoon of it in the centre. Again, our sausage is the star of the show here. And again, it's nice to do with sausages because most dishes we do are chicken or beef, and we have some great pork products. It's a very versatile dish, and it's one that we don't really know how to use as opposed to just a fry in the morning, or a barbecue. So it's a great way to kind of incorporate it. We'll do some of our colourful salsa on the side. We have some chopped scallions for more colour and freshness over the top. And our cool and soothing mint, or yogurt dressing.
A lot. You say you don't do much. You do a lot. That is fantastic. And of course, the recipe is up on 6 Eats is where it's going to be.
Okay. Unfortunately, that's all we got time for tonight. Thank you to all of our guests for joining us, and especially to Owen Sheehan for showing us what he could do with his spicy sausage. Thank you.
I'm back with Ray to chat with Ronan Keating tomorrow and the Pussycat Dolls' Melody Thornton. We'll see you then. Have a great night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.